So, you haven't heard from me in a while, and I apologize for that. It doesn't mean that I haven't been buying stuff, it just means that I haven't been producing videos. But today is sort of a special video. I went to an estate sale this morning, and I bought a pig and a poke that I'm affectionately referring to as Stinky. Stinky is a ceramic piggy bank that has some coins in it that I have no idea the age of. I paid $10 for the opportunity to break Stinky the piggy bank open. The bank, whoops, well, a penny just fell out. It's a good sign. It's a wheat penny. All wheat pennies were made before 1960. I'm hoping that there are some silver coins in here. You can see here that there's no stopper in the bottom of the bank, so this was meant to be one of those lessons in teaching your children how to save. From what I understand from the homeowner, his grandmother, whose bank this was 97 years old. I cannot attest to the age of any of the coins in here. I can tell you that this appears to be a 1956 penny. It still has a pretty good amount of red in it, and this is the first coin that I've seen come out of this bank. There doesn't seem to be a lot of wear to it, so I'm guessing that it went in there fairly new. So, I have a hammer, and I have a skunk. Let's see what's inside. Oh. Well, let's see here. There's an ad for St. Joseph's cough syrup. Now, one of the things I like to do when looking at old pieces of ephemera is see if there is a zip code on there. Well, this doesn't have a full address, so I'm not sure exactly how old it is. Can't tell much from the hairstyle, but let's look at the good stuff here. Okay, well, I saw a mercury dime in there, so there is at least one silver coin. I just lost a penny. Oh, interesting. There's a whole bunch of newspaper crammed in here. Let's see if we can get that newspaper out. Might be part of the making process of this. I'm not sure. There's another penny. So I'm looking here, and there are a lot of wheat pennies in here. I also see a 1979 quarter, so coins went in here over time. You can look inside there, and you can see that that there's a newspaper in there that I'm trying to fish out. But you can look and see that that was probably part of molding the interior. A section of comic strip there, and I'm still not seeing a date on this bank. Right there for a second. I'll try to get some tongs to try to fish that newspaper out. It is firmly wedged in part of the bank itself. So, before I go through any of the coins, I'm going to see if I can break this open some more. Because I really want to see what the actual date of the bank is. And we ought to be able to tell that from some piece of this newspaper, is my guess. You can see how this is really firmly molded in. States troops were reported to be holding a firm grasp on a line about 17 miles southeast of Daejeon, 5 miles northwest of Yangdong, the next important communication center in the path of the communists who swept through Daejeon last week. So we might be able to use that to determine a date, if nothing else. I see July 3rd on a date line here, but it just says July 3rd. See something about President Truman. Citizens Cabinet. Oh, here we go. There's, it says Monday, July 24th. Gosh, come on. Give me something. So it's definitely the 1950s. We're talking about the Korean War, not the Vietnam War. It's just not giving me a year. Frustrating. Well, we'll go through that newspaper a bit later and see if we can get a bit more information. But you can see there are quite a few coins inside the bank, and you know, we've got a number of really bright red cents. Here's a good comparison. When they talk about a red cent, they're talking about something with a strong copper color, as opposed to a brown cent, which has you know, all of that copper luster worn away. But you can see we've got a couple of nice wheat pennies there, 1958, 1957D. But we also do have some, you know, there's a 1988. So some later pennies in here, but quite a few wheatbacks as well. You know, I'll post up a final count on those. Let's see what we've got for non-pennies. So 1984 quarter, 1979. There is a nickel from 1964. 1974 quarter. 1980 nickel. There is a steel penny from 1943. 1961 nickel. I know I saw a mercury dime float through here. I am certain of it. There it is, right there. I can't quite make out the date, and that's just a contrast. That's just a contrast problem, not a readability problem. I don't have a magnifying glass with me. 1945 nickel. 1986. There's another 1957D in good bright red condition. Looks like we're only going to get one silver coin out of this. I paid $10 for the lot, and that dime is probably worth about $1.30 or so in silver. Oh, what's this here? We've got a silver Roosevelt dime. I think that says 1956, might say 58, but you can look here at the edges of a clad piece and a silver piece. And so this dime is definitely silver. Oh wow, there's a 1945 Canadian penny. And there's certainly quite a few wheat pennies in here, which pleases me. I really like wheat pennies. I have a small collection of them, although I haven't really sorted them into anything. But my pig and a poke has yielded 2 silver coins and a bunch of wheat pennies. I will let you know if I find any Indian head cents in here. Another 1957D. And if I find any rare issues, 1955 wheatback penny can have a double die to it, and if you get a strong double die, 1955, well, that can be worth some real money. So I will check